What's up, y'all? This is Taya L. Flores. Watch me on Y-Scope Podcast Radio.
Hey, you know what the deal is? I'm your girl, Barbie Velvet, and we're here for Y-Scope Podcast Radio. And before we get started, I want to go ahead and let my guests introduce themselves. Go ahead and let the people know who you are.
Taya L. Flores. Everybody know me as Taste Lady. I'm like a little...
Okay, you know, hairstyle, my daughter herself and all that. So we're going to say... get a hood celebrity hairstylist, okay?
Yeah, I'm like a hood celebrity.
Okay, you got the two-tone twins and all that out here that you got
two-tone twins, Star Divine, you see the Black Eyed Peas, I've got Natalie now, like one time.
Okay, drop the Nike legs, okay, stop saying word. Yeah. Now, before we get into it and all that, I really wanted to talk about you because there's so many people that talk about your community and things like that. So, you know, go ahead and let the people know.
My community. Okay, so a lot of y'all that know me, y'all know me. I'm transgender. So
okay.
Some do, some don't.
And when you say transgender, can you please identify what that means? Because there's so many levels to things and people think they know it all. So please let them know, what does that mean if you identify as
transgender? Means when you feel like you was born in the wrong body. So like I know I was born male, but I feel like I'm a female trapped in a male body, pretty much. Okay, does that mean this 4 years, same shit.
Okay, and so when you think about moving forward as far as like where we are now in our time, would you say it's easier to date in today's time versus before since it's more out in the open?
Ooh, dating. You know what? I would say it's probably more difficult now. Because I feel like back then people really wasn't looking for it like that. Like there wasn't like, when I say looking for it, like motherfuckers really couldn't tell like if a person was a tranny or not. Now it's talked about so much and it's like everywhere to where like motherfuckers know like that's a tranny. Like you get what I'm saying? So it's like I feel like motherfuckers probably would be more prone to dating back then because people really couldn't spot it like that. But now like I feel like they'd probably be less likely to do it because like people know what it is.
For you dating, you feel like people are when people date a woman that is trans, because recently they posted this interview everywhere saying that a male rapper that he felt that people felt that he was delusional because he said he wasn't gay because he dated a trans woman, and I kind of understood that because I felt like he's dating someone who is completely transformed into a woman he's attracted to a woman, that's why he's attracted to her. What are your take on that?
You know what? Okay, so how can I explain it? Okay, so it's two different kinds of men to me. There's men that like trannies, that's not straight, but it's like when you like trannies and it's like
is to use the word tranny inappropriate. For you, it's not. But
for me, it's not. I don't know. It depends on the community. I'm gonna be honest. The community is like real, like politically correct. They're a little sensitive to me. I prefer the word tranny, but don't ever say transvestite. That's like a fucking big no-no. But as far as like him being straight, yeah, like who else you think is going for us? Like niggas that like gay niggas, they want dick and muscles just like we do. Like you see what I'm saying?
A gay man is attracted to a masculine man.
Yeah. Right? So like, like us, like titties, curves and shit, like a gay man's like going for that. And that's the misconception with the African American community. They like really need to educate themselves because it's like, no gay man is going for no bitch that look like me. Let's be for real. Like,
So it is a heterosexual man who's attracted to a woman who dates a transsexual.
I mean, yeah, especially like all I've ever been with a straight man. Like I like men that like pussy. I like men that like women. Like you get what I'm saying?
So they happen to like the feminine in you, and you just so happen to be a transsexual. But
yeah,
but a man.
I would never date a nigga that's personally like that. Like oh, I date trannies. I like trannies. Like that's like to me that's like oh, you like dick. Like
So that would be considered gay if a man only dates
to me.
To me. So if a man dates a woman who still has all her body parts as a male, then that is considered gay? Or is it?
It's to each his own. I don't know. Maybe he might see something feminine in her. I really can't say, but I'm gonna keep it real with me. Like, as far as me, the type of trans woman that I am, I prefer like a nigga. Like, I like a manly man that know how to fix shit. Like, I got my role. Like, you get what I'm saying? I'm still a submissive female at the end of the day.
When it comes to being dated, right? You've been incarcerated, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how is that like?
I did 5 years in a men's state prison in California, like trans,
And being in general population,
you know what?
as a
and
woman,
I was in general population. I was the only one, but like in prison it's different because they don't look at it the same. They look at us like it's like bitches. They be like, that's pussy right there. Like, this is niggas that's like doing life without. So when they see a bitch like me, they think that we put there for them. Like, you hear what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
So
it's a difference.
Yeah, because where I met my husband. So
okay, so meeting a straight man in prison and becoming in a relationship with him. Do you feel like it is more open? People are open in jail? Were you guys open about your relationship in jail?
Yeah, definitely. The staff knew, everybody knew. Like, and I got a little different type of respect from the staff because they could tell that, like, I wasn't, like, faking and shit. Because a lot of people, they'll, like, turn like this in prison. Like, especially people, like, life without and shit, they'll, like, turn it to be a girl because they think it's, like, a hustle and shit. Like, how, like, I don't know if you ever heard of women's prison, but some bitches turned into a stud. So they okay. It's like some niggas turned into, like, a bitch in prison. Like, like they hoe up in prison because they want to, like,
it's easier.
It's like a hustle.
Okay. So there's a difference when somebody that's
and like, you know what, I'm gonna keep it real too. Like a lot of like chomos and shit, they'll do it too because it's like people really don't check Chinese paperwork like in prison. So some people even do it like for that reason either. But for the most part, like motherfuckers can tell like this is me, this is my life, this is how I am. Like I'm authentic and I'm like true to this shit. So
do you feel like I feel like it's like
you asked me the first question, so I'm gonna be honest. I feel like that's probably what was like the demise of my marriage because it's like, in prison it's looked at different and on the streets I feel like he probably like faced a little bit more judgment and then maybe like I feel like some people do consider it gay, so I feel like maybe some people probably like try him a little more. Do
you feel like people stare? Do you feel like people stare and make it, the society make it different because they know now, so they stare and that makes maybe pressure on relationships?
I don't think people know. For me, I don't know. I'm pretty passable for the most part. I feel like.
No, I'm saying like, for instance, do you feel like that people that it's different for a man in jail as far as like it's open in jail? But you saying like there is more pressure in society being out of jail?
No, I didn't. I mean, not staring necessarily, because I'm like, like I told you, like I'm like a hood superstar. Like a lot of people know me.
Yeah, so, definitely.
Like a lot of people know who I am. So just going out in public, like. Like hey Tay, like they already know automatically, like
Okay.
So
no, I was just wondering, was it a different pressure in your relationship being out of the walls than inside the walls?
I feel like but not because of like like people staring, because like for the most part I look like a regular.
Okay, so what do you mean as far as then what pressures you mean? Because I don't.
Like because people knowing, like you get what I'm saying, just people knowing and just like like. In there, he never seemed like. In there, it's like, oh, like you doing it the right way. That's right, nigga. Like you get what I'm saying. It's like you bossed up like type shit. But it's like on the streets, it's like now you see all the judgment. You see how people will treat you different because of this. You see how people like will not want to fuck with you because of this type of shit. So that's
take me back to when you decided that you was gonna be Tay Slay. Do you feel like do people have judgment or do people?
You mean like Taya?
Like I'm talking about like
you mean like when I transition like
I'm talking about like when you when you made that decision to say I'm gonna really identify.
For the most part, you know what, I'm gonna keep it real with you, and I'm not trying to be cliche. Ever since I was little, people thought I was a little girl. Ever since I was little, and then when I was like a gay boy, like people thought I was a stud. So it's like, So I've always been mistaken for a girl. Like this is my voice. I don't change the way I sound, like or nothing like that. So it's like
I can see you being the mixed child, and people are thinking like, look at that pretty little girl. Mm-hmm. So when did you decide though that you was going to identify on the outside as the person that you identified
I said like
on the inside?
Age 19.
And what pushed you to that decision? Because the reason why I asked that is because I wear this sweater today. This is a special sweater for me. This is my son Alex. Mm-hmm. You feel me? He overdosed and died.
Okay.
You feel me? He always he went through a lot of stereotypes from his family for being, and he always wanted to transition and be who he wanted to be on the inside, on the outside. So the reason why I asked what gave you the confidence to do that is because there's a lot of young people that want to transition to whoever they may identify as on the inside, on the outside, it may not have the confidence.
You know what? I was always kind of just head first in it. Like, you know, like I always like wore purses and like girl shit. I always like was in the nail shop and shit like that. So like when I first like started like dressing like female, like it was just like, it just fit. It just fit and it just was like, it felt natural.
And what confidence did you give yourself to say, you know what, I'm gonna be who I want. I'm gonna be Taya.
You know what? I was just like, fuck it. I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy like dating. I wasn't happy even when I tried to be like in the,
Did you try to be straight?
I never tried to be straight. I fell in love with one girl and we agreed to have like a baby and shit together. I fell in love with one female in my whole life.
Okay.
Shout out Yoli. I still love you.
Okay. I got a chance, baby. Okay.
Yeah, I definitely not for I definitely fuck with bitches.
Okay, baby, got a chance. Okay. So he said, so when did you say I have the confidence to be who I am?
You know what?
I'm gonna put full glam on.
You know what? It was when I moved out. When I moved out my grandma's house. And,
okay.
You know,
shout out to Granny, but baby had to get on.
Cause I come from like my grandma and them was very religious, and they used to like, I could tell like they accepted me, but it really made them uncomfortable because they understood it, but they understood it, but they really didn't get it.
Okay.
Like, you get what I'm saying? So it's like, I moved out, and then when I moved out, I was like, you know what? I was like, I remember I would go to try to take care of business and I wouldn't have no boy clothes to wear. And I'm like, I'm tired of this shit. And I'm like, I'm just finna start dressing like a girl every day. And that was what it was because it's all I have is girl clothes. And then I started taking hormones. I started growing titties. I started getting my hair done. And then I remember when I had to move back home, it was like tough. And then that's when it was like, damn, this is for real. Like this shit don't come off. Like, you get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that was just pretty much it. It started out as like just.
When did you realize that, you know what? Did you see that people around you was like, you know what? I'm gonna respect it because this is who she is. Because I know people always think shit is a phase. Because you know what they do.
I think more so when I got out of prison.
Okay.
Cause you know, like I spent like a couple of years. I want to say like about a good like 5 years, 6 years before that. And then so prison, I was going like 5, almost 6, and then
baby did the time. Okay.
And then so when I got out, people seen that it was still like for real, and it was like even more realer than ever.
Like if baby can walk the main line.
Let me mind you, when I got out, I wasn't wearing like wigs and makeup and shit. It was just it. So I probably looked even more like a female, and they probably like, damn, this is really like who she is.
Yeah.
And then like once I got my name changed and all that shit, you know, like it's serious. You know, these titties gonna come off. I got breast implants.
Okay, baby said they real, baby. Okay, stop playing with them.
But yeah, so I think when you take yourself serious to something, other people will take yourself serious.
Y'all hear it, baby.
Like, you know, like people know me, like I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but like I'm really with the shit. Like, I ain't never ran from no fade, none of that. Like, you get what I'm saying? So like, motherfuckers know, like, I'm not an easy type of like a bitch that you gonna bully in the press, like, you know.
Okay, and if y'all didn't know it, y'all know it now. It's basically if you respect that, other people will. You understand?
Yeah.
And so I congratulate you on doing that because a lot of people don't have the will to do that. You feel me? And you are who you are, and babe, you out here even making.
I'll be everywhere. Like I'll be in the hood functions. Like I'm not really like it's funny because people like always ask me like, oh, you going to Pride? Like I'm not a Pride type of bitch. Like I'm not into the rainbow shit. I'm not into the Pride.
I think that you're like, such a woman that I don't even think
I want to go, bitch. I want to go here, motherfucking YG, Chef Boy. Like I want to be in the gang shit. Like you hear what I'm saying? So it's just like I don't even really like when people say like about like Pride and gay shit. I'll be like, who? What the fuck are they talking to? Like,
I'm a woman, baby.
Yeah,
like, stop saying with me.
You can't tell me like.
Can't tell me nothing. If you can give your 15-year-old self some advice, I love asking this question to people. If you could go back and look at the 15-year-old version of yourself and give yourself the advice of what you know now, what would you tell the 15-year-old version of yourself?
I would tell myself that it's not that fucking serious. Cause like, you know, like I think I was like an overthinker growing up. So,
yeah, we did.
And I would realize, like, I would tell myself, like, everything that's going on in your teenage years, like, this shit is not gonna matter when you hit, like, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29.
Yeah.
Like, you know?
You be thinking that the world is over.
I probably wouldn't have been so hard on myself, for sure.
For sure. Because I tell myself all the time, like, oh my God, you thought it was the end of the world. When they said it was, 2000K, you remember that when it was 2000?
Oh yeah, Y2K.
Oh my God.
You know what's crazy? Let me remind you, I've always been a G. Like, I ain't never been scared of death. Like, if the world ended, it's ended. Like, we're all finna die. Like, fuck it. Like,
Y2K, I mean, shit bricks, baby. I was taking pictures of shit with the Polaroids. Like, I need this. The camera's gonna be. And now look at this. Technology is ruling the world. You feel me? That's what's crazy.
Science, technology, and science and medicine.
Science and medicine. That's for sure. When you look at the world and how everybody is, you could change anything. You could change anything on your body. You could change. Everybody is changing. Do you see the world changing its outlook on people? Because they're saying now that scientists are going to change to where a trans woman will be able to have children.
I've heard about that. I would hope so. I mean, you know how I feel? I feel like being trans right now is like being black in the 1960s, 1950s.
Oh, that's good.
I feel like it's like that. Like, people are starting to see it more. They're starting to understand it. We starting to be a little bit more like out there in society, but they still don't get it yet. And then you see, like, as far as race, like, a lot of other races still don't get it and still don't fucking rock with it. So it's like,
yeah,
I feel like it's gonna be one of those things, like, motherfuckers gonna find, like, you know what I'm saying, they allies, and they gonna either fuck with them or they not. And they're gonna make it obvious if they don't fuck with you. So,
That's definitely true. What is the biggest misconception, the biggest stereotype of a trans woman?
A lot of them, shit.
Give me some, baby. Go on and let them know, because the reason
I guess that, I'm gonna be honest, the biggest one is that gay men are attracted to us. What else?
Okay,
I don't know, like, see, and then a lot of things too, like, a lot of, I'm not trying to attack nobody, but I'm gonna just be real. Like, a lot of the portrayals that TV portray, like, people like me are not the best. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially like as far as like the reality shows and like the fighting and all that shit and like all the extra shit. Like, shout out to Sydney Star. Like, I love Sydney Star, but the way TV makes her look is like a fucking fool, and I just don't like it.
I
for me personally, especially like, cause I'm like a real convict. I'm gonna keep it real. Like, I'm a convict, so like the shit that they be doing, like that's not gonna fly with me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's just like, you allow people gonna treat you how you allow them to. Like, you know what I'm saying? And
I feel like reality TV is opening the door too much for women and trans women to be fighting
for disrespect.
And there's so much disrespect going on that I feel like they're trying to paint it as if people are monsters. In reality, they're really not. They're just regular human beings. But the fact is that when you back somebody up into a wall and they're being attacked, people have to defend themselves.
I mean, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm very simple. When it comes to shit like that, it's just like, you either gonna treat me like a real nigga and respect me and shut your motherfucking mouth, or you gonna treat me like a bitch you want some fucking beef with. So you gonna pick one or the two.
Yeah,
it's not gonna be the in-between shit. Like, you get what I'm saying? If we're gonna argue like some bitches and scrap like bitches, so be it. Or if you're gonna respect me like a quote-unquote man or whatever, then bitches bow down and you can stay in your motherfucking lane. Like, that's how I feel about it. But it's just like, it's too much in between shit. Like,
it's too much in between shit.
Like, pick one, pick a side, like, you know? And then it's like, I just feel like even them, like, even allowing that type of shit, like, you know? Like, I'll be seeing some shit and I'll be just like, ooh, that couldn't have been me.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I'm done. I have my taste of reality TV shows. Even when they act, even if you're part of production, people still try to fight you. So that's what I realized. Like, people have no idea what the world wants to go viral so badly. You feel me?
For the wrong shit.
For the wrong shit. What are some other stereotypes?
I don't know. I feel like motherfuckers that ain't getting no time, they get into all that. Like, what you do prison time, and you like really like that shit is out.
You be like, I'm good.
You know?
People be telling me, oh, why you didn't do this, why you didn't? I be like, girl, you ain't never been to jail before. I'm cool. You feel me? Because that what you deal with in a parking lot is what you deal with all the time. So I'm cool. You feel me? So, and I realize is that people are still waiting to press play, and I'm on, I don't know how many episodes. So I'm just like, whatever. You feel me? So, and you couldn't go viral with my sex tape, let alone go jumping me. So I ain't tripping. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So when you look at yourself now, you have all these things going on. What is something that you want to take next? You said you telling people. I don't know if you want to tell people or not, but I'm gonna let you tell the people. I can show them the recap. You gonna be getting your situation done.
Oh, I'm doing a BBL.
Okay. I was gonna let her tell y'all to get her BBL.
You know what? I always been one of them people that just like wasn't on surgery, like into surgery, and shit. Like basically, like I'm like shit. If you could fix it, fix it. Like I got and I was like, fuck it, I'm finna get a BBL. Next, I'm finna fuck with my face a little bit, just a little bit. I ain't finna be looking like nobody.
Okay, what you gonna get all this?
And then like as far as like surgery, like down there, I don't, I'm castrated.
Okay.
So that means I don't have no testicles and shit. My shit like sink in like a clip. But I've had second thoughts on the sex change. I don't know. I feel like, especially like with them barely recognizing gender now, it's like, what the fuck for? It's like anybody can say they're female now, so it's like, why even? It's not.
And how do you feel about that? It's
kind of like a slap in the face, like for a lot of us that like really went through this shit and really like, fought for this. It's like now you're not recognizing gender. It's like damn, like we fought our whole fucking transgender life to get in this women's bathroom. Now you just like any old Tom, Dick, and Harry in this bitch. It's like damn. So that's how I feel about it. But
okay, because they have what is it called binary now.
Non-binary.
Okay, non-binary.
You know what? And people they get so offended about that. And I'm gonna be real. Like I'm a transgender woman, and I remember when I was going to therapy and shit. I told them I was like, I want to know a therapist. They're like, why? I was like, because I was like, I just want somebody that identifies as male or female. I was like, because it's kind of like I'm always misgendering because the non-binary person. So it's like, and I don't want to offend them. So it's just like I prefer to just.
Yeah,
so
because if you don't see no sex, then you don't see my whole challenge.
So then it's like, I'm trans thinking it, so I can only imagine how normal, day-to-day, like, hetero straight people or whatever feel. I know some people don't like being called cis.
You know what's crazy though? I think that's a good point. That like, if a person doesn't identify as any sex, then you can't even understand my transition.
Yeah, and it's just like like my whole life it's always been like male and female, and it's like like I transitioned to female, so it's like now it's like that's not being recognized. Like especially
when I've gone through surgery to be identified as who I am, and now you.
So basically, like I'm like a Barbie down there.
That's right.
I'm like a Barbie down here.
So she's like, baby, you gonna identify this woman right here, baby.
But to each his own. There's some people that I'm pretty sure like that ain't fucking with me, that ain't rocking with me. I really don't give a fuck. But as long as you respect me, like, and that's it. But you gonna see me. You ain't gonna help. You gonna help us to see because I'll be everywhere. I'll be in the same place you be at. I'll be at the same place.
Baby says she outside, baby. You gonna see me. Hello.
You ain't got no choice but to respect it.
That part. Is there anything that you want to more educate us on?
Not really. I feel like I'm gonna keep it real. I feel like y'all overthink it a lot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially with like a regular ass bitch like me. Like,
hello.
Don't overthink it. Like at the end of the day, I'm just a regular submissive ass hood ass female. Like, and I'm cool. Like, and I'm not like boy crazy or nothing. Like, just cause you're a nigga, like, don't mean I'm just like. Want you, you know what I mean? I probably want your bitch before I want you.
Stop playing. So when as a trans woman and you like both sex, what does that like?
I can't really say I like both sex, but I will fuck with it. I'm gonna be honest, like I'm into threesomes and shit, but it takes some dick to be involved. Okay. Like, I can just go like, pussy by myself. That's like extra gay.
And is that just because I ain't trying to sound crazy, but I never really got to ask anybody these questions, so I appreciate you being open. You feel me? Mm-hmm. What is that considered as? Is that considered being queer?
I don't know what they consider it. I don't know. I'm just a freak.
Okay, because I'm like, this
sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't.
Because I had a threesome or two or four right before, so I don't know. So I feel like we all have to realize that.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest. As far as like sexual orientation, I feel like I'm just like a sexually free person.
Okay.
Like, not trying to get all deep. Like, I was an escort, so like,
okay.
Like we did a bunch of tricks and everyone to see like, a girl in a.
Have you ever had a man disappointed that you didn't have a penis?
Yeah, a lot of them they be like.
Okay, sorry, I'm not getting into some deep questions because I want to know. Did you ever have a man disappointed that you didn't have a penis?
Yeah.
Because I know some men.
That's why I'm not really. I'm gonna keep it real.
That's
why I'm into. That's why I'm like not into like men that like transgenders. Like men that like.
Because you would be considered a disappointment.
They do. They say like the weirdest shit too. Like they were like, oh, I bet you have a big cock. I'll be like, they be like, oh, I bet you have a big old black cock. I'll be like, actually no. I'll be like, no.
I got a nice pretty pussy for you.
No, you know, like I'm like, no, I look like a Barbie set. I'll be like, but it's pretty, like, you know. But, you know, that's why I like men that like pussy. I like men that like women.
Yeah, because
like
if you're looking for male body parts,
you know.
Because if you're looking for male body parts and I ain't got nothing, I'm a woman.
Yeah, you're gonna be very, very, very upset and disappointed. Because I don't have none of that for you, you know.
Because I always wanted to know, like, damn, is a man disappointed if they thinking that you got
Yeah, for sure. That's why, like, that's why it's so tricky. People be thinking, see, that's the misconception. People think that when you passable and, like, you could get, like, you know, maneuver day to day, they think it's easier. It's harder because it's like, you know, like, people don't know what they really getting themselves into. They be like, oh, damn, like, she attractive, like, she bomb, like, you know? Mm-hmm. So it's like, I tell a nigga like I'm transgender and they be like, sometimes like they used to want to fight like and shit, like, you know, like when I would tell them, and then it's like, you know, like.
But is it easier now, like compared to
I feel like, you know, like I feel like you know how I feel. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I feel like I'm like a third sex.
Okay.
I feel like I'm like a third sex, like I'm acquired taste. Like I'm gonna be honest, I don't feel like a tranny. Mm-hmm. Like the transgenders that I know, like, you know, with the penises and shit, and I don't feel like a woman.
Okay, so
it's because like society constantly reminds me that I'm not. So, you know, like I feel like I'm just like a third sex, like shit.
That's a good way to like look at it because you're not a man can still look at you and see that you are very feminine and that you are very beautiful, very beautiful. You feel me? Very beautiful. Okay, so definitely, I could definitely understand why like. You're like you really don't have you really do have to tell a man that you are a woman because a person could look at you and I would think you was all woman.
I mean, and for the most part, like I really don't tell everybody like unless it start getting serious and we start talking about dating and like fucking and shit, then I'm gonna tell you. But like for the most part, my day to day, I'm like,
boy, you ain't even serious. Get up on my face.
Yeah, like you know.
That is
until we start you start talking like about actually like dating a bitch, you know.
But most of the time, it seems like when you would tell a man that you are trans, that there would be no problem because
you know what is no problem. But I'm gonna be honest, like when you tell a man you're trans, it could either go one or two ways. They will be willing, well, three ways. They could be like hell no, or they could be like I'll be willing to date you, or it immediately go sexual. They be like, oh, like most of the time, like when I tell a nigga I'm trans, they be like, oh, I bet you suck some good dick, or you know, like it immediately goes like sexually vulgar and shit like that, you know. Ooh, it's itching. Right?
Okay, so how do you deal with that?
I just ignore their ass.
Like boo, whatever.
Like I said, like nigga, you start talking about sex, I'm gonna start talking about money. You treat me like a home, treat you like a trick. So you know.
What I've learned is that a lot of men like it more say than we think.
You know what? I feel like a lot of men are like visual creatures. Mm-hmm. So like a lot of trannies, like, you know, they're a little extra.
They look good.
They're extra glamorous and like, you know, they're extra like, you know, with the curvy body. I'm gonna keep it real. Like,
because you gave me that scenario.
You know, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like, you know, like the you know, the beauty standard right now, as far as like the bodies and the lips, that's all transgender aesthetics. That is fucking ballroom culture. That has always been a thing. The really curvy bodies, the hips, the overly done, you know, the cheeks, the lips, and all that. That has always been trans. So it's like, you know, who would do it?
We're changing our bodies to look more trans.
I mean, yeah, because that used to be the trend. I mean, I remember when Nicki first came out. It was like, I used to think, I'm like, damn, she like a bomb tranny, like with her hips and her ass and shit.
And now
that's crazy. I always stayed away from that. I always stayed away. Like I never wanted to look like the cookie cutter tranny.
Yeah,
and I think that's why I'm so passable because you know, like even my voice, like I don't have like like you know the extra voice. Like I sound like auntie that smell Newports.
Hi, you sound like this one Newports. But you know what's crazy? Because I was thinking about that. Like people have like this automatic idea of what trans women look like.
Yeah, and you know, like me, I look like.
So once you get your surgery, you gonna kind of like
that. I look like I'm gonna have probably like not so much though. See, that's
you gonna be that cookie cutter looking.
I don't want to look like I have like a major ass BBL. I still want to be plus size. Okay. So I want to stay true to plus size. I want to stay true to my big girl. Like, you know, I just want to look better.
Cause I like the big girl thickness. I think that's cute.
I like it. I want to look natural. Like everything I get it to look natural. Like my boobs to look natural. My BBL is gonna look natural because I want to stay true to myself. So you know.
Okay, now. So I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna add that on there on my YouTube page. So y'all can see the after she get her surgery and all that. Okay. Now, since you do hair, I'm gonna just ask you a couple of these little questions before we done. If you could do anybody's hair, who would it be? Famous?
Ooh, like right now, just in general.
Like in general, like okay, give me two, a male and a female.
Okay. Right now for me it would be Stunner Girl. Okay. Just because I've been rocking with her.
Stunner Girl. Okay.
And male. You know what? I want to do another hairstylist. Yeah. You know who's hair I want to do? Yeah. Tokyo's. Okay. Because she's so beautiful. And
Tokyo. Okay, I can see that. Okay.
And so I say two, and then so a male. I don't really do men's hair, but if I could get my hands on a male, who would I do? It would definitely have to be like a press and a silk press. So somebody with long hair. Okay. Who got long hair?
Who got long hair? Oh, Stephen G got long hair.
Stephen G, yeah, so I can press
Stephen G. Because I got that good.
So if I get a male,
his hair is so good, I be thinking it's a lace front.
Okay, so if I did a male's hairstyle, because I'm not really familiar with like
a pressing,
I would do a bomb fucking silk press on that nigga. I didn't even see his hair, but I know
he got some bomb thick hair. I'm gonna show you afterwards. He got some bomb thick hair for sure. Okay, and then another question that I had was, okay, if you could date any celebrity male, who would it be?
Any celebrity?
Yeah.
It would definitely be a rapper.
Who would it be?
Oh, Jeezy. Oh no, I did not say that out loud. Who would I date? It would be somebody really tall. Who's really tall?
I don't know. I like Young Jeezy right now.
Yeah, celebrity.
Young Jeezy just got.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna keep it real. I like hood ass Mexicans. I like Bloods and Sudango shit.
Okay, baby. Let me tell you something right now.
I like gang members.
Young Jeezy, baby. I'm shooting my shot, baby. Getting a divorce, baby. I'm gonna get one too. That's a little divorce.
That's crazy. I nobody ever asked me that. I can't even.
Yeah, I don't know, baby. We got the wise go questions around here, baby. I need to take. I was taking my nap, getting my nap questions together. Okay, baby.
Shit, I wanted that being fucking like one of them. I don't know.
You know what, Tommy?
One of them bomb Mexican rappers.
I was thinking the flyest white boy I ever seen was Tommy off of Ghost. I was thinking I would.
You know what? I'm gonna keep it real. Like when it comes to like TV and celebrities and rappers and shit, bitch, I'm really out the loop. I do not watch TV.
Tommy, baby.
I barely be on social media. Like I post and I get the fuck off.
Tommy,
like,
baby, I hop on one leg and bark like a dog for Tommy, baby. You understand me? Stop playing.
I've never seen Power.
What?
You know, Power came out when I was in prison, so.
Okay, we about the TV binge, okay? Because I got to get her caught up on who Tommy is and all that. Go ahead and let people know what your Instagram name is. If you want your hair slayed like mine and looking bomb like this, y'all make sure y'all get slayed by Tay.
So my Instagram is Taya L Flores, no spaces, no capitals.
Spell that for the people because you know that on the radio.
That's TAYALFLORES, Taya L Flores.
Okay, y'all know what it is, baby. We here at White School Podcast Radio. Shout out to my auntie for letting us use her amazing living room. You feel me? Y'all make sure y'all click like and subscribe to the page and all that. I appreciate you and being vulnerable and being honest and giving us some information because we getting all the information from the wrong sources here, baby. You got to get to the source. You feel me? Hood celebrity, Tay Slay in the motherfucking building, baby. Y'all know who it is.